Well, we made it to the Rye Mighty. We found Felipe Madamba. He was in much worse shape than we had hoped. He did not sound like he had high expectations for our mission, but after we told him that the tower had been burned down and Augie Grappa had been killed, his mood shifted a little bit, and we came up with a plan of how to attempt to win the first battle of the inevitable war between Hawk and Monterran as the Monterran warships make their way toward a dam and a pond called Water's End that has a mysterious hole underneath it where Felipe aims to take us to find the source of our powers and help us win freedom for the Breen Valley. He also asked to be my patron, which I am quite unsure about. But I suppose we'll have to see how that goes. Are you ready for the dungeon, dads?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Heroes rise, heroes fall. I see them on the front line, standing tall. They're risking life and limb to answer the call. But what they fighting for? Don't know, don't care. Just along for the ride. But everyone must stand. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna win inside.
Welcome, everybody, back to the podcast. As always, I am your DM, Tom Blaylock. You are listening to the Dungeon Dads podcast.
Ooh, intro's on point. Intro's on point.
Oh, so far. As always, I am joined by Sam Frank, who is playing Abel Rockbrother, the Tempest Cleric of War. And
War never changes.
Cockblocker extraordinaire. And by cockblocker, I mean getting in the way of my fucking railroad. But it's fine. It's cool.
I'm the
John,
Snidely Whiplash.
Yeah.
Putting stuff on the railroad tracks.
That's right. We have the Charlie Chaplin of the group, Tim Carr, who's always willing to lay down on the old railroad tracks. Playing Filnyr and Ionas.
I have to silently wave hello.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, we can't do Charlie Chaplin.
Tip my hat and wiggle my feet.
John Watson playing the wizard Ionas Silhavine. How's it going, John?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. I'm ready to get on this boat and get down to business.
Well, that's going to happen. I mean, the thing that I want to remind you all about is that you are going this mission, this plan that you hatched is essentially to get in the boat, take out two embankments which have a river chain that is aimed at stopping like large ships, and then I guess make landfall past the embankments, sneak around to the fort that's on the dam, and then wait until the Monterran warships arrive and are under fire and getting destroyed, and then come out like heroes and save the Monterrans for some reason of making you all seem great. This is basically the plan. Yes.
I mean, you said it like it's not an awesome plan.
It sounded pretty awesome when Sam.
It's awesome. It's different from what my railroad was going to take you, where my railroad was going to take you. So I'm a little,
he hit the switch
it's hard
on the
for me
tracks.
to see it. It's hard for me to see the brilliance of it right now.
Ending up at a similar destination, I feel like.
Yeah,
and
I think
listen,
so.
if any of the Monterrans ask, no, we are not waiting for them to be attacked so we can look like heroes. Their distraction will be critical in our ability to take the fort.
Yeah, sure.
There's with the small force that we have, a frontal assault without any, assistance would be, not nearly as effective.
Not nearly as effective. I think that's right. And
that's what we will tell any Monterrans who ask.
I mean, I have to prepare for the name of the general who is on this ship, which I'm not ready for, but I will be ready for by the time it happens in 4
and
episodes.
Also, not to put any ideas in your head, Tom, but it's very clear to me that the fact that the signal went up, but the dam had not been destroyed, is totally Felipe Madamba's fault, and we should all stick to that.
Yeah, I think that's
completely
probably
and utterly.
Yes, sure.
And that we are having to, we had to think fast in order to save the day from his, fuck up. But I'm not telling him that.
It's not entirely. I think that's all true. All right, so let's get underway. You have crowded onto his boat. He is looking heroic.
Oh, guys, I'm getting some real Apocalypse Now vibes right now.
Yeah.
Suddenly, in an instant, this plan doesn't seem as good as I thought it did.
Listen, you gave Tom too much of the plan, and now he's had time to think and counterplan.
I'm ready. No, I'm not going to counterplan. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how this thing plays out. You have 2 rowers. You have 1 sail in back. This is a biream longship that usually has 2 sails, but only 1 sail
so it can go both directions.
So it can go both ways. Yes, that's right.
Both ways, yeah.
And so it's biream curious. It's never actually gone both ways.
Only 1 sail is up. I mean, you already said.
Yeah. That's right. So it will be moving, at least when you push off from the mill. It's going to be moving 40 feet per round, so per 6 seconds. And I will give you some scenarios as we go down the river, but it's a fairly quick moving river. And with the rowers, you get a little extra oomph and you have a little bit of maneuverability. Now, the thing to think about throughout the whole boat trip here that you're doing, you have a couple of options that you need to decide now. When you are in the middle of the river is about, let me see, I have it written down here. The river is about 100 feet wide in most places. And so if you are in the middle of the river, if someone is shooting from the shores, it's about 50 to 60 feet if they're right up on you. You can move faster, but you can be seen there. If you take the boat on closer to the shore, you'll be moving slower. You have more chances to hit rocks, but you have the potential to be hidden at times by foliage, and you won't be so obvious coming straight down the river in places that are straightaways. Now you have a map, so you can kind of see where there's major curves. I'm going to assume probably Abel among all of you has, while not put it into memory identically, he has a really good sense of the flow of the river. You have about an hour and a half to 2 hours until in the center of the river until you get to the embankments with the chains. Felipe knows that there are archers all along the banks in various places, and the thing he doesn't know, and he sort of shares this with you, is that the smoke going up could have changed the dynamics of the three-way. Like some of these guys could have been called back to their forts. Some of these guys, maybe they've run away, or maybe they have moved to the river. He doesn't know what they know about the Monterrans. So they, it's like, you don't know if they know if the ships are coming, basically, is what I'm saying. And so this is the main thing I want you to know for now.
So are we on the boat yet?
You're on the boat. Yeah, you're on the boat and you're pushing off.
So, sorry, you go ahead. You go first, John.
No, I was just trying to. I was trying to decide if I had an hour and 10 minutes, I could turn Saber into an eagle or a hawk.
What?
So, with an hour and 10 minutes, you could do it.
Do it on the boat, right?
Yeah,
right. But
you
he
can do
said
it
we
on
had
the
an
boat.
hour and a half before we run into. I don't want
to the
to be
embankment.
cutting it close.
Yeah.
Does this longboat have? Is it all just? Is it an open boat? Like there's no stories, there's no cover, there's nothing.
So he puts there's a cover in the very, very back where there is a ballista that is mounted in the back, and it's got some cover on it. It's about a 50-foot boat, and Felipe is up front. You have a couple of choices. Abel will attract the arrows, obviously,
That's true. Yes.
to him. Felipe is important. The rowers are important. The rowers will not need to make any skill checks to keep the river to keep the boat like where it's supposed to be going.
So, I think at this point, especially if the Hark army is in the disarray that we hope it is, that speed is our friend.
Yeah.
Right. That trying to remain unseen, going along the banks will be a lot better just hauling ass right down the middle and hoping that if anybody sees us, they don't care.
Yeah. If you went by the banks and the warships were going down the center of the river, they could easily catch and overtake you. Like you don't know if they're going to be hauling ass.
So I'm also thinking, and I don't know if this is too much, that's not exactly metagaming, rules lawyering, but we could put me in full cover in the middle of the boat. You know, if we've got this thing that we're building up around the chest or whatever. And as long as everybody stays within 10 feet of me, whether you're in cover or not, or walking around or doing stuff, ranged attacks will still target me in full cover.
Right, with +5 AC.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Felipe is not going to move back from the bow of the ship. The rowers are in the very middle of the ship, so they're 25 feet from the front. He is 5 feet from the front, so you would have to like position yourself.
I didn't bring this up also last episode, but you said 2 guys could carry this boat. I'm like, no fucking way, man.
Yeah, well, 2 extra guys because you got the 2 rowers. So this is a 4 people can carry this boat, and I'm using the long ship stats from the Dungeon Master's Guide. So it says 4 people can carry,
as long as one of them is not Jonas.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Well, you have 2 rowers. You have 2 rowers.
No,
And you
that's
got
what I'm
Filnyr.
saying.
Yeah. Yes.
We don't need the old blueberry on the toothpick
No.
breaking his spindly elbows. You need those for casting spells, Jonas.
So I could also, if Felipe is not going to leave the front, I could put he and I in a tiny hut at the front.
Interesting.
Huh.
Does that
I don't know if the tiny hut's
going
going to move with the boat.
It moves with me.
Nah.
I'm sitting on a surface, and then the tiny hut goes around me, and I'm not moving.
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh man, I don't like that.
The Earth is moving, and it moves with the. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Are we going physics now?
I'm just saying,
Are
the
we
Earth
doing-
is moving in a circle. The tiny hut doesn't just sit still. If I'm sitting on a boat,
That's true.
then I can pull up a tiny hut, and it moves with the surface that I'm sitting on. It's not an illusion.
It's not 10 feet wide though.
It is 10 feet wide.
Not the boat.
Oh, the boat's not 10 feet wide.
I wish you had a rope trick.
Well, that would
And then the
then
boat
I
would
could
just
tie-
leave you.
Then I could tie the rope to the boat.
It would just stop. Oh man, John, that's really smart, and I don't want to take it away from you. But I also want people to be able to shoot you. So
Well, I have another. It's if that doesn't work, I also have Wall of Force.
That I don't think. I think tiny
That's
hut's more
overkill.
likely to move with you.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to allow this to go in the moment. So when you cast it, I'll let you know how it goes.
Wonderful. Did I before we got on the boat? Can I turn Saber into a hawk?
No, I thought you were going to spend your time on the boat chaining him into a hawk.
That's
Well,
just-
you can spend your time on the boat changing him into a hawk. For sure.
yeah, but it's too late then.
I think you should not change him into a hawk right now.
All right.
I think that's not yet.
I think
Not
that's
right
gonna.
now.
I think that's gonna mess my stuff up. I got it.
The story will be less exciting if you change him into a hawk. I think is what Tom is saying.
It's gonna mess all my stuff up, John. Don't do it.
You know
All right,
what?
I'll focus on the tiny hut.
Change him into a hawk, and then no hut. You can have a hawk or you can have a hut. Your choice.
That's interesting. If
Hawk
we have
or
a
hut?
If we have a hawk, we know where the archers are coming from.
Maybe.
Hut or hawk?
Hut or hawk?
Hut 1. Hut 2.
All right.
I think it's.
boat-
I think that
Hawk 3.
the hut is if it's a guaranteed hut, then I
It's
think
not a
that's
guaranteed hut, but you can have it.
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
All right. The boat pushes off, and Felipe.
wait, let me in first. No, I'm just kidding.
And Felipe is up front, and he says, Can you smell that river? It doesn't smell like the Breen, but it is a lovely river. And the wind is whipping up through his gray, frizzled hair. And as you get underway, he points ahead and says, Archers, 500 feet on the left. Be ready. Look alive.
I'm going to cast Water Walk as a ritual.
Okay.
You said it was 40 feet per turn.
500 feet. Oh,
No. But movement. But is that with the rowers or that's without the rowers?
Without the rowers.
So with the rowers going at full bore.
Oh, sorry. With the rower. That's with the rowers at full bore.
Okay.
But not a dash. A dash, you can go even faster. Yeah.
Got it.
You can double
Okay.
it. So you can.
I don't know if you have time to cast it as a ritual.
We don't have enough time.
You don't have
Yeah.
10 minutes before we get there. We've got like a minute and a half.
Well, he
Less
was
than
supposed
that.
to give us warning for is this the first embankment, or is this just
No,
No,
a
this is not an
group of
embankment. This is
archers?
just like sometimes there are archers here.
Oh, okay. Well, then screw that. Yeah. I mean,
So-
I'm going to start casting it anyway as a ritual.
Okay.
to see
I
what
have that
happens.
war quiver.
Uh huh.
I'm going to set that up on the boat and make myself a longbow.
Sweet. So when you get about 300 feet away from where he pointed, you see two guys on the shore cleaning cleaning something in the river, and they sort of wait for a little bit, and you start getting a little closer, and they run into the forest from the riverbank.
Wait, what are they wearing before they run off?
They're wearing heart colors. They're wearing red tunics.
And how close are we when they run off?
300 feet. They see you and they run off.
Okay.
And you make it to them and past them. You don't see them in the woods, and you keep going on.
Speed, fellas. We can move faster than they can.
Yeah. And so they are your rowers are rowing as fast as they can, and you're doing about 80 feet per round at this point.
Okay.
I'm gonna ritual cast the hut near Felipe.
Okay.
And I'm going to be in full cover by the rowers.
Okay. All right. So
Just
Jonas
imagine
is
him
putting up the hut.
laying down on the ground where you can't really see him, but
Yeah.
he's there and he's got a shield over his face. Like,
Yeah, and I'm casting my water walk ritual into the air, you know.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So when the hut comes up, John, Felipe says, "No, but they can't see in. They won't see me."
This is the point. We're trying to keep you protected until we're done with this.
Protected, yes, but they need to see me.
Fine. Walk out, let them see you, then walk back in.
So he walks back to where the rowers are, and he's there.
near Abel.
Good enough.
Yeah, yeah, and they keep going, and they're really hauling ass, and you get about an hour down the river, and you're still really hauling ass, and they're going around curves. There's a couple of areas where there's white water where it's a little shallower, and they do a wonderful job of sort of avoiding rocks and sort of making their turns. I mean, even in a longboat like this, it's you'd expect to hit some rock. You expect to hit some rocks, even in it's a narrow, but they're making it seem like it's just super, super smooth. And your water walk is up, Sam. Now, who all gets a water walk?
Up to 10 people of my choosing.
Okay. All right.
So
one
I'm
thing we
assuming
have,
just everybody on the boat.
yeah, one thing we have to clarify: Pawson cannot be on the boat with you, so he's not there. I'm assuming
we didn't
he's
get our
with the
goodbye scene with
Rangers.
Pawson.
I'm assuming he's with the Rangers on the shore.
Yeah.
Is Percy with you or with Pawson?
He's with us by the chest.
By the chest. Okay. All right.
Sitting in the tiny hut for sure.
In the tiny hut. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got him with the tiny hut. Okay. So
I'm just thinking about what this boat looks like,
Yeah.
sort of a 50-foot boat going down the river with a little 10-foot radius knob on the end of it.
it's so it's very weird, and it is like the water doesn't even get in, and so I'm assuming it'll slow it down a little bit.
Well, here's the thing:
lot.
it's a dome, right? So it
Yeah.
just the bottom is at Jonas.
Is it
Oh.
flat?
Yeah.
So someone
It's not a
could dig
sphere.
down. So someone could dig down and come up underneath it. Then is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I mean, they'd still hit the bottom of the
I
dome,
think there's
right?
a plane. There's a plane underneath as well, underneath
It's
my feet.
flat.
But it's a flat
Okay.
plane.
It's a semicircle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Then it's not touching the water. Fine.
The top half of the sphere.
Yeah. Top half of the sphere. Okay. So about an hour down the river, it starts getting narrow in one of these whitewater areas, and it's going to get down to about 50 feet across. And so hitting the middle, you'll only be about 25 feet away from the shores here.
Okay.
And Madamba says, they are always here. I do not see them, though. They usually have a camp there and there and there. And he's pointing like not far away from where you guys are. And he says, I don't understand.
They're in disarray, Madamba.
And he says, maybe so. And he sort of rises up as high as he can and sort of like looks out. He says, would one of you lift me up?
I'll lift them up.
Okay. And so he's like kind of not on your shoulder, but maybe like you're kind of holding him up next to your face. Maybe, I don't know. Like,
I mean,
I
I'm
don't
the
know how
shortest of the group, so this is kind of
Yeah.
the funny thing. But
yeah. But he's really, really short. He's like
Yeah.
I'm
barely 2
laying
feet
flat in the bottom of
Yeah.
the boat. I'm
Yeah.
not getting up.
tall. All right. Give me a
It's good for my
Constitution
back,
saving throw.
Felipe.
Yeah, give me a Constitution saving throw, Abel.
What? Oh, is this going to be if the boat messes up my back?
No.
18,
okay.
baby.
So you definitely feel a little sick, but you're all right. You're not throwing up. You're being jostled around. You're looking up the sky. That's probably not the best thing. Yeah. And And Filnyr, as you're holding up Madamba, give me a perception check.
Okay. 23.
Okay, you see two archers in the trees right before they unleash arrows, and the first arrow is coming, and it comes like it's right coming toward you. I rolled a 17, and as soon as it starts to get closer to the boat, it just like takes a nosedive and hits the side of the boat right next to Abel, and the next one comes and does something kind of similar, and Abel, you're in full cover. So this one comes and hits inside the boat. I rolled 20, not a natural 20, and it hits on Abel's shield, and one more comes in.
They're in the trees, you said?
They're in the trees, and this one just whizzes right over Madamba's head. I rolled a natural 1 on this one. And you can see that there are 3 men in the trees, and they are just like loading another arrow into they're just knocking another arrow as you guys are approaching.
How tall are the trees?
The trees are 40 feet high.
And they're that high up?
Oh no, they're on the ground. They're just hiding behind. They're just like in the trees in the sense of like on the
Tom, I was gonna pull them out of the trees and make them fall.
That's cool.
But
that's
I won't.
Cool.
Can I shoot back at them?
Yeah, you can shoot back at them.
All right.
Throw him back in here, Filnyr.
Speed, rowers.
First one, 17.
Yeah, so that'll have a -2. It hits the tree next to one of the guys.
Okay, and I get 2 shots per attack. So
okay.
Second one's a 23 -2, so 21.
You get 2 shots per attack?
Yeah, because I have this is the nice thing about a longbow. It doesn't have a loading feat, and I have I get 2 swings with my sword. This works for a bow too.
Right. No. Okay.
Yeah.
So I worded it incorrectly. No, it's not 2 shots per attack. It's that I get to attack
2 shots
twice
per
when I
attack
attack.
action.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that one, 13 damage.
So he is so surprised, and he just ducks back behind the tree. Do you guys want to do anything other than let Filnyr shoot at him?
Nope.
All right, so we'll just exchange shots then, Filnyr, for the next 4 rounds. So
80 feet per round. We need to exchange shots for 4 rounds. Okay.
Unless you want to give up after you're at a range.
I mean, I think if we're far enough past them and I feel like we're safe, I probably would just try to take one out.
Sam, does a 19 hit?
A 19 would not hit.
Okay.
My AC right now is a 24.
Oh, well, right.
With
so
his cover.
I did minus, so I roll a 24.
Yeah, I see that. I don't know why you asked about a 19.
Well, because I was doing the -5 for the full.
What's your AC without
okay,
cover?
Yes.
Basically.
Okay, gotcha. You were already doing the math.
I was doing it.
Yes, a 19 will hit.
Okay. So basically, this arrow comes and it looks like it's headed straight toward you, Filnyr, and then it just like takes a nosedive and hits Abel right in the leg. And I need to give me a oh no, you don't have a saving throw for this. So it's laced with poison, and so you're going to take 11 piercing damage and 13 poison damage.
Well, it's going to take half the piercing, right? Because of resistance.
Oh, right. He has resistance.
So I have resistance to piercing, so I take 5 from that. That's why he's poisoning all his arrows.
And he doesn't realize that he has hit you. And you hear him cursing and saying, "They're protected by some kind of infernal magic. Back to the fort! Back to the fort!"
God, yeah, damn it. Oh, that hurt.
And they start to run. And Filnyr, you can have an attack if you would like to attack them.
Sure, yeah. I'll shoot the same one that I hit before.
And he's out of cover, so
23 to hit.
Hits, yeah.
12 piercing damage.
Yeah. Okay.
And then if he's not down, I'll shoot one more because I get 2
you
shots.
Get one more.
29 to hit. That's a natural 20.
Holy shit.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Wow, I rolled an 8 and a 2 on my dice, so that's 15 total damage. Not that much better than the non-crit.
The arrow, it almost looks like it misses him because you see the arrow go up, it arcs up, and it like you think it's going to hit him, and then you see it hit the ground in front of him, and he runs for a few more steps, and then you see him just fall flat in his face, and you see blood shooting up from the back of his throat, and the other one continues sprinting off.
How close do I have to be to lift a specter?
Did you get him, Filnyr? God damn. This hurts, Filnyr.
Yeah, can I raise it as a specter?
How far away can it be?
It doesn't say. It just says
you can raise it as a specter.
Yeah. When you slay a humanoid, you can cause its spirits to rise from its course as a specter.
Yeah, sure.
You can have the specter chase the other guy.
I mean, I think it would chase the other guys briefly and then just follow us down the river. Like, I need one on my team. It went away when I long rested. So, I mean, you can adjudicate that however you want. We can focus.
No,
Steven.
We can focus on our action and just say like the specter scares them off further. But
yeah, no, he can catch. Let's if you send him to attack him, he can catch him and kill him for sure. We can just adjudicate it that way. You don't have to roll for him. He'll kill him. Okay.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually he'll kill him. Yeah.
I mean, he does have, like, they can attack him too, but they obviously are at disadvantage with ranged weapons if he's in melee range.
Roll me a D8. And then what's his movement speed?
His movement speed is, I want to say it's
50. I think it's 50.
Yes, 50 because he's flying.
Wow.
All right. That's how many turns it will take for him to a 7. So he'll be 350 feet away when he finishes killing the guy.
Okay.
And he'll be making his way back toward you, but he'll make it back.
Yeah.
So,
and he can dash too to come back, so he could hit 100 per turn. So he could catch us up even on the boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Felipe is just flabbergasted. He does not understand why there's not more resistance on the shores. And he looks back and he says, "You burned the tower and you really killed everyone inside."
As far as we know.
And no Agi Grappa.
She is absolutely deceased.
Some say it was the hottest of lunches.
Shit.
Hottest lunch the Breen Valley ever did see.
I guess it would be. I don't understand. I wonder if the fort will even be occupied. Could they have just abandoned all of it?
Well, now let's not get too optimistic.
Oh, that was not optimism. I want the world to know that I am back. And he is sort of like looks out longingly at the shores.
I know the man responsible for manning that fort, and something tells me he wouldn't leave it undefended. But we shall see.
All right. So you make your way. You're getting very close now to the embankments, and when you get about, you're about 500 feet away from the turn, and so basically the river makes a hard right turn around a short cliffside. So there's a small little cliff that's in the middle of the river, and the river is snaking around that mountain. And so there's like, it goes up on either side. So you know that the embankments are coming up, but you cannot see it, which, you kind of realize quickly that this is the perfect place for an ambush of ships coming, because they have to make this turn. It's very difficult. And then if there's a chain there, it will just rip ships apart once they get into the straightaway. And Felipe says, if there's anything you need to do to prepare, do it now.
I will switch back to my shield and bring Kegoset back into my hand.
Okay.
So lose the longbow.
I mean, I assume we would have done this before, but can you just describe this embankment to us?
Yeah. So what you're expecting is at the edges of these two cliffs, on the actual shore, about 60 feet away from the water on either side. So if you are in the middle, you're going to have about 50 to 60 feet to the shore and another 60 feet to the embankment beyond that. Felipe sort of drew you a picture of what it looks like. There is a 10-foot wall that comes up that people can hide behind. And then there is a small wheelhouse on both of these on the right shore, where they will tighten the chain and it will bring it out, so it makes it taut.
Mm-hmm. And there's one on each side, but there's the 10-foot wall is only on one side.
Only on one side. That's correct. On the other side, there will be men, but there's no wheelhouse for them to bring the chain up. So the wheelhouse is only on one side. And it's very well defended. I mean, it's a 10-foot wall that sort of surrounds this wheelhouse.
Right. But then where the chain is connected on the other side of the river?
It is just, as far as he knows, it's on a large rock that men are protecting, but it is bolted in to this large rock.
But there are men protecting it, but not necessarily a fortification on that side.
Not a fortification on that side. That's correct.
So I think our goal should be to just break the chain and move on, and not necessarily deal with the fortification at all. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
we
were told they have archers.
Yeah. Felipe told you they have 6 to 10 archers on each side, and at the wheelhouse they have men who turn the wheel, who are also foot soldiers.
Right.
And how far to the embankment? You said 120 feet?
So it's 60. So the wall is 60 feet from the shore. If you're in the middle, you'll be 120 feet from the wall, and the wheelhouse is a little bit further on, 15, 20 feet from that. So the chain is going to have 80 feet on the shore, and then it sort of loops up and goes up toward the rock on the other embankment. And that's another 50 feet away from the shore. So this chain is long. This chain is, what does that make it? 225 feet long.
So how far is the rock from me?
The rock from you will be, once you get right up on it, it'll be 110 feet away from you.
Do you think you can shatter it?
No. I'm gonna hold my hand up, and a kind of light, bright, purplish light is going to come from my hand and form up behind me and grow and grow and grow until it also turns into a hand. I'm going to cast Silhavin's Mighty Hand.
Oh. Just to be clear, you're going to cast it once you get in sight of the thing, or you're going to cast it now?
I think I can only have it for a minute, so
I would wait.
I'm gonna wait till we get close enough for me to grab the rock.
Okay. Oh, is this Bigby's hand?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right.
And he's gonna grab the rock, take it to the hole.
Oh my god. Okay. Cool. All right. So when you get within about 200 feet of the turn, you see two men up on the cliff straight ahead, and they unleash arrows at you. Yeah, that's gonna miss. You're still Abel. You're still down below.
When you say
right?
at you, do you mean at John or at me?
At the ship. It's at the ship, basically. They're too far away to see anybody in particular.
Okay. Well, I mean, if they're shooting at John, they bounce harmlessly off of the
Off the hut.
the head of our longboat.
Still in my hut.
Okay. All right. So they'll hit the hut. This will hit the hut. And this is another 15. This will hit the hut. So these two arrows come and shoot and hit the hut and bounce off.
Make sure they shoot the tip. Just the tip.
All right. So the two oarsmen say, "Everybody, you're gonna have to hold on. We're gonna hit this turn, and the boat's gonna go to the right, and then we're gonna go to the left, and we're gonna have to row like hell." There are actually two more sets of oars. If you help, we might be able to make this turn more safely. If you don't, we're gonna have to roll athletics checks.
And it's one person per set of oars, right?
Yeah. They're not terrible, by the way. Yeah, they can do it without you, but
I mean, I could do it. Mr. Percy's not doing anything. He could do it too.
I will do it.
Yeah, he's strong, man.
Yeah,
I will do it.
I'm
He's strong.
staying in the bottom of the boat.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I'll do it. I'll have to put down my shield, but that's fine.
Okay. All right. So the two of you go in there. Give me just one athletics check, Tim.
Okay.
And this is just in case the thing happens, which
And
I
rolled a
think.
natural one.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
Which is a 6. To be fair.
To be fair, yeah. There's no
It's a
natural.
6.
There's no natural one on a
No crit
on a
fails.
athletics check. Okay. All right. So here's what's going to happen. You make the turn, and
That's a hell of an athletics score you got there.
Proficiency,
that
my
is-
friend.
that's wild. That's great. So you make the turn, and then you start to pull on the other one. And which side are you on, Tim? Left or right?
Let's say I'm on the right.
So the boat starts to veer more to the left, and Mr. Percy is pulling like crazy. And you see that Filnyr's oar is barely even dipping into the water, and so he's pulling, and he's doing a decent job. But it's not actually making purchase with the water as much as they want. And the two oarsmen say, pull hard right. And they're doing their best. And the boat starts to just makes its way further and further to the right. It's so when you pull out into the straightaway, you're only 5 feet away from the rocks on the right-hand side. So now the embankment with the wall and the chain house is only 80 feet away from you. And the rock with the chain on it is now 135 feet away from you.
Okay. So
And
drifted
and
to
it's
the
about
side.
20 feet ahead in the
What's
river.
the range on Bigby's hand?
120.
Oh, how did I know that was the case?
So wait, so you can't get the rock, but you could get the chain.
I could get the chain and yank it.
Yeah. And as soon as you make this turn, we're going to do an average initiative. And this is going to be everyone on the boat versus everyone on the shore. And these guys all have the same initiative anyway. So, all right.
5.
19.
Okay.
6.
Okay.
Jesus.
And Percy.
That's okay.
And does Felipe get initiative? I know he can't cast
Felipe's
spells.
not going to do initiative. All right, so theirs was
We
9.
averaged to a 10. Hey!
So you guys win. So you guys are going to win
Y'all welcome.
the
Yeah, right?
initiative.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right. So you see by the rock, there are 5 guys over there with bows ready, and they're going to fire. And by the boathouse where the wall is, you cannot see anyone.
And we're 135 feet from the side with the rock. How far are we from the guys?
You are 130. Yeah, they're at the rock. They're at the rock.
Okay. All right. Well, who's going first?
You'll go, Tim.
Okay.
Filnyr's first. And your Spectre is over on that side, I'm assuming.
Oh, has he caught up to us?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I for sure.
It's an hour later, unless he goes away. Does he go away after?
Not until I long rest. So I would for sure send him toward them.
Okay. So he won't get there this turn. He'll get there next turn if he dashes.
Yeah, shit. All my spells have a range of 120, just like John's, and I put my bow away. So yeah, there's not really much I can do until I see somebody on the boathouse side. So here's what I will do. I will ready an Eldritch Blast and watch the wheel side.
Okay.
For anybody over there.
Okay. All right, John.
So I will look at the rock, and I can see the chain attached to the rock. It's not taut yet, right? Or is it?
It's not taut. It's in the water, and it's not very deep. So you're going to hit it, but the longboat is shallow enough that it should be able to skip right over the chain.
So I'm just going to cast. Gosh, I was wondering if I could do something really cool with it. I'm going to cast Bigby's hand, grab the chain, and try to pull the rock closer to the. Actually, what I want to do is I'm going to take the chain, I'm going to lift it into the air and try to lift the rock off the ground.
Okay, if you lift it, it will pull the rock toward you. What is the weight limit on Ionis's magical hand?
Ionis's mighty hand. I don't think there's a weight limit necessarily. It is my strength is 26.
Okay.
So I've got like dragon level strength.
Okay. So here's the deal. I will give you an athletics check. I will give you advantage.
Shouldn't you just use the hand strength score?
I'm going to use the hand strength score.
You
for
should
athletics.
use the hand strength score.
Plus 8.
Yep, plus 8.
So here's the only thing.
Mm-hmm.
To yank this and pull it, it will hit these dudes when it pulls it because they are right in front of the rock. It is a 22, a DC 22 to yank this chain, and it's only going to move it enough to make it roll a little bit forward. And then if it does it, it will roll on its bolt, and it will probably stop rolling at that point.
Okay.
Telekinesis could probably lift this whole boulder, but Bigby's hand is not quite strong enough to just lift the boulder.
Okay.
It is designed to stop a warship, so I guess.
Yeah. That bolt's got to be anchored in. That boulder's probably pretty big.
Yeah. But if I can at least move it to keep it from going taut, then we can go over it like Tom was saying.
Well, we're not the problem. We're trying to do this for the Monterrans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, but boats can go over top of it if I can disable it. Right. Okay. So
what would be the DC check to pull the bolts out of the boulder? Easier or harder?
I think harder, because I think that this thing, it's one of those things where like wood glue is stronger than wood. Like
Mhm,
you're sort of
mhm.
at that point where this bolt is in there. Well, and the rock is a little. Yeah, let me just see what your check is. What you do in your athletics check. So it's
So,
+8.
and not proficiency.
I'm going to give you advantage, but not
Okay.
proficiency.
Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so that is 21.
Okay.
You got to roll
It's not
again.
gonna- Roll it again.
And then,
Okay.
ooh,
All right. So
25.
25.
Your hand
Yeah.
appears and it scoops into the water. Oh, you have to bring the hut down.
The hut automatically comes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you scoop into the water and you lift the chain out, and then the hand just sort of yanks the boulder, the chain toward you. And when it does so, the boulder just barely moves, and it sort of like it has this moment where it's sort of like still motion stasis, and then it rolls a half roll toward you and toward the boat, and it crushes two of the men who were standing in front of it, and they are caught underneath this boulder, and the chain is very slack now.
How far from the shore is it?
It moved 10 feet, so it is now 45 feet from the shore.
Oh, wow.
And yeah.
Okay.
All right. And then as
Shit.
a
That's good, Jonas, but it's not good enough. We got to destroy this thing or disable it. Right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean that's my
Yeah. It's
Can
your
we-
turn.
my turn.
can we
Sam.
steer the boat towards it, or is the current moving too fast?
You can steer toward it. So Percy and
we may
yeah.
have
So
to stop. We may have to stop the boat and do this from the other side.
Yeah, I point and I go, we need to go there.
all right. So give me athletics checks, Filnyr, and I'll do one for Percy.
It'll be
And then
better
these
than a
guys.
natural one, I hope. Let's see, a 12 total.
Okay, and then these guys both get 12, and Percy got a 10. No, that's he got a 14. All right, so you guys get the boat, and it's sort of like you slow it down, and one side is rowing backwards and one side's rowing forwards, and you get to the chain area, and one of the rowers dips the oar down, and it catches the chain, and you are sort of riding the chain and pulling it tight as it sort of loops toward the shore. And then you get that momentum, and he says, prepare for impact. And you hit the shore and sort of make landfall, and the back of the boat spins back toward the front, and you can now disembark if you would like.
Sorry, which side are we on? We're on the bolt
On
side?
the boulder side. The boulder side.
Okay. I think we should have been on the other side, but that's just me. We've got to get this boulder into the water or get the bolt out of the rock if we're going to disable this.
So it's my turn.
Yeah.
All right, and you said the boulder is 45 feet from shore,
Yes.
and how many guys are near it?
There's only 3 guys left. There's 2 guys have been rolled up under the boulder, and
Right.
the other 3 guys look like they're interested in getting their friends out.
Okay.
Not hardened soldiers.
I am going to dash towards the boulder,
Okay.
and I'm going to yell at them, "Fly, you fools! You better
Wait.
run!"
You
And
wanted
I'm
to
just
fly.
sprinting.
Don't run away.
Okay.
And I'm just sprinting straight at him.
Okay. All right. So it will be their turns, and
But I make it to the boulder.
you do make it to the boulder.
Mhm.
And they, let's see, I'm going to give them a 25% chance to steal themselves and stay and fight. Okay, they don't. So they look down at their buddies who have been crushed, and they just like, fuck this, and they take off. And from the other shoreline, there comes, let's see here, just a volley of arrows are launched in the air toward the boat. And the first volley.
Now, are they within 120 feet of me?
No. They are 145 feet away from you.
Okay. Which also puts them at disadvantage on the shots, right?
145 is still within their normal range.
If they're in longbows,
yeah.
I thought it was 120 for some reason.
It's 150 and 600, so they can shoot up to 600 feet away. Yeah. So this first one is going to be going, let's see here. I mean, Jonas, the giant hand, right? So this first one's going to go toward Jonas. A 13. Filnyr, 16.
Misses. I'm gonna cast shield on mine.
A 13 hits you?
You didn't cast mage armor when you woke up?
Nope. I didn't say I did.
Oh shit.
I thought you just hand
you
wave.
always you have mage armor up. Dude, you have mage armor.
You take a
up.
one spell slot, level 1 spell slot tax every morning.
Yeah.
It's like before you even have your coffee. Like, I cast mage armor. My coffee.
That's what Jonas does.
I would have done it on the boat. That's before we got on the boat. I would have done
16, Filnyr?
That misses.
Okay. And then John, 7 misses, right?
Misses.
Filnyr, 22?
That will hit.
Okay.
Because Abel's gone.
Abel is gone. All right. Ooh. 6 piercing and 11 poison damage.
Okay.
There
go my temp hit points. And this is not poison condition, right? It's just
No, it's just a poison on the arrow. And this is the last one. This is coming toward you, Jonas. 9.
Yeah, miss.
Okay. And they begin to pull on the chain. And you can see now, Sam, Abel, that there is a spot that is on the shoreline that is reinforced with rock. And this boulder, if it gets pulled toward this spot, is going to slot into place. It's sort of a depression that's the boulder size over there.
So that's how they move it. They pull the boulder in and lock it against that like a wall.
Yeah.
Got it.
And so they're pulling it toward there, and it starts to move on you. Like it doesn't get you there, still getting rid of the slack, but you can see that it's like it's going to start moving here soon.
Okay.
I mean, the first thing that happens is that chain would get sort of come up out of the water tight, not tight enough to stop the boat yet, but you'd see the tension, right? And then it would start pulling.
Well, and if it rolled over onto the bolt, the first thing it's going to do is actually roll.
Just because the bolt's going to right itself.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's just going to slide.
Yep. All right. So it's back to the boat people.
The boat people.
It's Filnyr. Yeah.
Okay. And they're 145 feet away. I'm still in the boat. I never got out of the boat.
Yep.
Well, I can't get across the water. Oh, no, I have water walking, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you do. You guys all have water walk.
How long does that last?
8 hours, right? Oh, an hour.
An hour. Well, so it's gone then, right?
No,
it's been
I cast it as our preparation for this attack.
For this
one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then I will hop out of the boat and go stand in the middle of the damn river with my shield up and Eldritch Blasts one of them first.
So you see only a few heads, And what they've done is they have like popped up from the wall,
Shot
and
then ducked.
shot, and then
Just take cover, Filnyr. Take cover. We're getting out of here.
All right. Shit. Okay. Well, I guess if that's the case, let me retcon that a little bit.
yeah, okay.
Because if I can't see them, I'm not going to shoot them. What do I have? I don't have
you
anything.
You can take a shot with your longbow.
No, but I have to make it, which will take my action because I put it away, thinking the shield would be better in this situation.
It probably is.
Yeah, it was.
It probably still is.
So far.
I mean, I guess I could synaptic static them.
Not worth it.
Yeah, no, because we have a whole other thing to do.
Marines,
do we know how far?
We are leaving.
Do we know how far it is between the embankments? Did Felipe tell us that?
I mean, you can see it's well, so between here and the next spot where the guys are, it's another mile or so.
Oh, okay, so it's not anywhere near an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing I can do then aside from, I guess I'll just I don't know what to do with this chain. There is no weak spot. I don't have anything I can do with it to.
I mean, you could hit the chain. I mean, it's an object. You could shoot the chain.
I guess that's true. I have my Spectre too, actually, who's over there. So let's have him hit the chain first.
Okay.
He can life drain it. It's necrotic damage. I don't know if that does anything. That's the only attack he's got. But it's an 8 anyway. See. So probably, does an 8 hit a chain? Probably.
Artifacts?
Yeah, it'll hit.
So DC 10 con save or the chain's maximum HP gets reduced. I mean, we don't have to do that part. We could just take the damage.
So this is really hard.
So quoth the queen.
Yeah. So what does his attack say it does? Would you actually read? Does it say it target a creature?
Melee weapon attack +4, reach 5 feet, 1 creature. Yeah, so he can't.
Okay, so he can't. He's not hitting the chain.
All right, so then he'll fly up to the top of that thing.
Okay.
It's 50 feet, so he's not going to make it. I guess he could dash.
Okay.
He'll dash over there. Okay.
Okay.
All right, and then let's see, and then I mean. Ugh. I think Filnyr's just going to take cover because I don't have anything that can reach that far until I get to 120 feet.
Good.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. John.
Okay, so we said there is a divot where the rock is going to just kind of fall and get stuck.
Yeah.
How wide is that?
It's a little bit wider than the rock. So it's the rock is like a 12-foot radius.
Uh-huh. I'm wondering if I
break the divot open.
Yeah, I guess that's probably the smart. I was going to try to push the rock out of the way.
Well,
that way, when they pull it, they'll pull it into the water if it doesn't hit the divot.
No, it's on a chain, so the chain will straighten it back out regardless, right? So the chain's going to pull it until
Tim's
it
pulling
blocks.
his
I'm using my headphone
cable
to demonstrate. So basically, like no
Jonas,
matter what you do,
come up with a plan for the next one.
The chain will straighten itself out. Unless you can unbolt that chain or get rid of the catch. We're on the wrong side of the river for this.
I can unbolt it.
Yeah, you can.
All right, so I'll bring the hand back toward me and Mr. Percy to kind of
you can interpose it, can't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna cover us I'm gonna put us in cover.
Oh man! So if they're shooting at you, they have disadvantage now.
They won't be able to see us, and they're going to hit the hand, and the hand has an AC of 20.
Oh shit! Okay, that's smart. That's good. It's like a giant shield. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Sam.
I cast Stone Shape and scoop the chain out of the boulder.
Yep.
Done.
Fuck.
Done.
And then I run 30 feet back towards the boat.
Okay. As soon as you do this, the chain, you just see the slack goes super quick. The chain lifts up a little bit out of the water, and then it just like skitters into the water where the bolt was, and it goes into the water, and you hear them cursing and wondering what the fuck is going on. The guys who are pulling the chain, who are turning the wheel, and you get back to the boat. And are you going?
I mean, technically, I'm 15 feet away from the boat.
Okay. All right.
But
So
if you want to say I put a little extra oomph into it,
no, they're going to get shots on you.
Can you scoop me up with your hand, John?
Too late. They're going to shoot at you. They're going to get a shot at you.
So the interpose on Bigby's hand is a half cover, by the way.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing. We're going to go. They're still shooting at various people. So the first one is going to be toward Jonas. Okay, that's a 7. That's going to miss.
That's a miss.
Same archer, Jonas, 11.
Miss.
Next one, Filnyr. 16.
Miss.
Natural 20.
That will hit.
Oh, damn, man. Poor Filnyr. This sucks. Okay.
And Abel's still 15 feet away from me, so.
Ugh.
26.
13,
damage.
26, 40.
40 damage total.
Okay. I'm alive.
Damn.
I'm not happy about it.
All right. Next one is coming toward Abel. These last two guys are going to be shooting at Abel. 12.
Miss.
18.
Miss.
22.
That will hit.
Okay. Oh, fuck. 12 damage. That's terrible.
Well,
and actually, you take half
10 damage.
10 damage. God damn. Okay. He has another attack. 23.
There's another one?
Yeah.
They get 2 shots each.
God damn.
Yeah, he said there were 2 guys attacking you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one hurts.
All right.
For another 13.
All right, that's 13 damage. And then let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. And you get back to the boat. They want you to push off, and I'm guessing John is just going to like turn the boat with his hand.
The hands is going to spank the boat
and get it back on
Get
your
it
way.
moving.
You know, do a little
pat it on the side there.
You know, yeah.
Get it, push it in the back, get it moving along.
That Spectre's going to go clean up there.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, again, they can fight it. It doesn't actually have that ton of hit points. So
I will. Let's adjudicate that in a little bit.
Yeah, whatever.
So Madamba.
Yeah. Oh.
Madamba. What's that?
Yeah, Madamba. What's he do?
So Madamba is like, this is just super fucking depressing for him. Like, he's used to losing, but losing gloriously. Mm-hmm. And he looks over at you, Abel, and he says, I thought you were a warrior. All you did was deconstruct their defenses. The Monterrans should come and see all that we can do when they arrive.
Felipe, I bet you've always wondered why you lost. I bet it's always been a real mystery to you.
The great charge of the Nomon Pantherback is famous in the region, he says, and he just looks off.
Yeah. I just wish it was famous for its success.
Shakes his head, and he looks downriver, and he just goes, progress. Who needs it? So you're going more, keep going down the river. It's a straight shot. And he says,
can we please have a different plan for this next embankment? Because boy, scooping that chain out takes a lot out of me. I'm just going to say.
Go to the wheelhouse next time. We can disable it from internally.
Yeah, but then we got to kill all those guys, and there's all them soldiers there.
Yes, but we're good at that.
Mm.
Also, if you could spare a heal, I feel like shit.
Mr. Percy says, I'm wondering if those chains might be affected by the acid that I can cast.
Mm.
That's a
Good
very
thinking,
thought, Mr.
Percy.
Percy.
Have it ready for the next one.
No, normally, I only cast my acid inside of someone's mouth, but there's enough water here that I might be able to transmute it the way I do saliva.
As long as it won't hurt the boat.
It might hurt the fishies.
Then what's a
Sacrifices
fish?
must be made.
And he takes out one of the ballista bolts and puts it into water. And he moves his fingers around a little bit, and he says, "Taste of the death." And he casts on this ballista bolt, and you see that the acid starts to bubble, and the ballista bolt, in a matter of seconds, falls over in half. He says, I think it can work.
Excellent. I think it's worth a try. How long until the next embankment? You said it's a mile down the river?
Yeah, Madamba says probably 20 minutes.
And then how far past that till we disembark for the fort?
When we arrive there, when we get to the embankment, we should disembark immediately afterwards if we're going to circle around to the back of the dam.
So, no time for a short rest on the boat.
We could if we kill the men.
Assuming the warships aren't just behind us, we should have some time.
Yeah, you can look back. You can't see any warships right now, for sure.
But we don't know an hour into the future
Right.
what it might look like.
Right.
Especially when we've just come around a big curve.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to cast 2 level 1 cure wounds on Filnyr.
Okay.
I'm just going to do 2d8. So that's 10 plus that. So that's 18 back.
Okay. Gets me just over half.
All right. So the plan is you're going to head down the river. Now, this is going to be a straight shot. You're going to have a long time to see these people if you need to.
Okay. And they're going to have a long time to see us.
They are going to have a long time to see you. The chain, there's been no signal from the other embankment.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hey, maybe this one will be unmanned.
And
I mean, it's just the backup chain anyway, right?
Yep.
It's true.
And
You stop the first boat with the first chain. Nothing else comes through.
Yep. And you can see in the distance another sort of matching embankment. And this one has no wall. And you see no one on either side of the 2 chain buildings. And this one has 2 buildings, not just the rock. And you do not see the chain on either side of it. So you don't see it coming into the wheelhouse, and you do not see it in the other building.
And there's no obvious sign of it going into the water from anywhere.
There's no obvious sign of it anywhere in there. And as you approach, one of the rangers comes out of the forest and begins to wave at you, and says, "Come to shore! Come to shore! Come to shore here!" It's one of Madamba's rangers.
And I would assume we come to shore there.
Yeah.
And you get to shore, and he says, all the men are killed. But when we killed them, they told us there was no chain here ever. They said there are creatures in the water, large creatures that can pull a boat straight down.
Do they control those creatures?
No, but apparently they've been feeding them. The wheelhouse, it's not a wheelhouse at all. It's a giant chum wagon. They've been throwing bits of fish and bits of cow and other animals, and I've even seen there even seems to be human parts in there that they've been throwing in to the river here.
Good Lord.
In my younger days, I traveled with a band of minstrels who called themselves
Chum buckets.
Band of Chum Wagon.
REO chum wagon.
That's better.
What should we do? And Madamba says, we should get in the boat and we should find whatever lurks beneath the waves and kill it.
As someone who's not prepared to cast any spells, I think it might be wise to take a safer approach than rushing headlong into battle with underwater creatures that can sink a boat at will.
Is there chum in the chum wagon?
Yes, there's plenty.
I say we dump it in and see what comes up.
Yes, or could we use it to lead them away?
Where would you lead it?
To the hawk boats. Are there no hawk boats?
You mean in the lake?
I suppose. That may be a problem later. Forget it.
Madamba says, I think it's a good idea. Chum it up. See what comes up.
Could be they were just making it up, but then why would they have all this chum here, chum?
We are very persuasive when we interrogate prisoners. And Madama looks at you and goes, they create zones of truth.
Mm-hmm.
That is persuasive.
That is very persuasive.
Can we ready actions? Are we gonna do
Yeah.
this?
I mean, are you guys gonna try to kill it?
Well, I assume we get out of the
boat's
boat.
got to
and
get
then-
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do it from land though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm ready for this. That is to say, it is something real.
Is it possible we could speak with it? Bribe it in some way.
Yeah, no languages.
Fill its belly so that it is satisfied and goes to sleep.
So at the edge of the forest, Pawson is there and he says, Master,
Yes, Paul.
these rangers they're true warriors. But all they do is ride and kill. They never enjoy the moment. I prefer to travel with you.
As soon as we're off this boat, Pawson. It's not big enough to accommodate you.
Very well. You're still my master, though, yes?
Yes.
So the chum is in the thing. It's far away, and there is a couple of wheelbarrows that are there that have clearly been used to fill this thing up, and it looks like they're probably just dumping it right at the shoreline. All right, tell me what you guys are going to do now.
All right, arrows and bows, fellas. And I just tip them in.
Okay.
And then I back up and I hold the spear at the ready.
Okay. Let's do, we're going to do initiative.
Six. What?
I got a 3.
Baby.
Uh-oh. It actually might help.
Yeah, it might.
Perfectly honest with you.
Spectre got a 22. Wow, I got to roll a 1 and a natural 20.
That's
for
so crazy.
initiative.
Oh, man, you could see what that was. Damn it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you dump the chum in, and the Spectre, it can go first.
I mean, it's going to hover over the chum.
Okay.
Can it see anything?
So it doesn't see anything. And you don't actually see anything either. And then, so the chum is a little bit in the water. Some of it's up on the shore. And you just see the water move ever so slightly. And then you see a small tentacle reaches out and begins to pull the chum that's on the shore and pull it toward the water.
Okay. I think the Spectre would attack the tentacle.
Oh, sorry. That was the Spectre's turn.
Oh,
no, he didn't see anything.
He didn't see. Okay, that's fine.
The tentacled creature went, and so Abel, it is you. You saw the tentacle reach up and pull down into the river.
So I think I'm going to. I was going to save this for later, but I think it's too good. I think we've got to use it now. Well, sorry, I'm dithering a little bit. I didn't think I was going to get to go first. I never go first. I'm going to cast Control Water. And the target is any freestanding water inside an area you choose that is a cube up to 100 feet on a side. And I can choose from multiple effects, but the one I'm going to do is part water. You cause water in the area to move apart and create a trench. The trench extends across the spell's area, and the separated water forms a wall to either side. The trench remains until the spell ends, or you choose a different effect.
Oh my God.
So we should have 100 foot by 100 foot by 100 foot trench in the middle of the river with whatever this thing is sitting on dry land in the middle of it.
Oh my God. This is fucking awesome. Okay. So the water parts, and it's this weird thing of like this wall of water, and you see fish sort of like dropping out of the wall as it sort of opens up, and you see the shape of something, and it is gargantuan, and then it flops out, and as soon as it's out of water, it lands on the dry ground at the base of the river, and it is a giant octopus. And then another one falls out, and another one falls out, and another one falls out until there are 5 giant octopi sitting on dry ground in this trench, and they are heavy for them, like in this environment, and you can tell that they are super uncomfortable, and you sort of get the sense that they know it was you that did this.
And then I'm gonna back 30 feet up,
okay,
away from the water. and I say, Jonas, barbecue him.
God. Okay. Wow. All right. Wow.
That's my turn.
Control water. Good work.
Good
Okay.
grief.
All right. Jonas,
I
it's
mean,
you.
I was going to have a really dramatic moment where I part the waters and we walk down to the hole at the bottom of the pond, but
Yeah. That's pretty cool too.
Had to pull it out now. Yeah.
That's pretty.
I'll pull it out later too. Control water, if you're going to be on water, is pretty dope. If you read the other spell effects on there, it's kind of amazing.
That's wild. Holy shit. Okay.
All right. Man, giant octopi.
There's a pile of giant
They're
octopi.
just sitting there. It's just
And
like,
I'm also burning 4th level spell slots like
Yeah.
they're candy. I mean, this
Yeah.
stuff isn't free. Yeah.
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 But
All right. I'm just gonna. Man, this what sucks. I mean, I'll just send in a fireball. I think
yeah, baby.
that'll be the most destructive I could be at this point. I could set it up with a storm sphere fireball later, but let's just do it now.
Or you could do it at higher level.
Yeah, but the scale isn't great. Okay, that is going to be 34 fire damage, DC 16 dex save.
And I'm
Oh my
guessing their
God.
deck save isn't great out of water.
Probably not great.
I don't know if they
So there's not a separate
differentiate.
dex save.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
At least
This is gonna be-
disadvantage or something.
It's going to be really bad. I'm going to give him disadvantage. Well, yeah, I'll give him disadvantage on this.
I think that's fair.
I think that makes sense. I mean, they don't have great decks anyway. Okay. So the first one fails with a 4. The second one fails with a 5. Jesus Christ. The next one fails with a 14.
Yes.
Wow, John. This is the perfect. Fails with a 5.
Yeah.
And the final one, Jesus Christ. This is insane. Fails with a 10.
Yes.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, so they're not dead. But
That's
I mean, they're
150
not,
damage. That's nice.
not great.
Sorry,
But they're
170.
not great.
But
They're
they're not
having a
great.
bad day.
Yeah. This is very surprising. This is very surprising.
Cleric changing their spells on a long rest is
It's rough.
clutch.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh my God. Excellent turn, everybody.
It's Filnyr's
Wait,
turn.
it's my turn now.
Filnyr, it's your turn.
Since all my spells are basically
It's like you're
the
going to burn a
same,
spell slot, or you're just going to poke them with arrows.
how charred do they look?
They look like you could eat them right now, and they'd be pretty tasty. Like that's what they look like. They look delicious.
I feel like I want to save the resources. Like I could static them, but I feel like that's going to become more useful later.
Yeah.
Although I
Yeah.
could
How many
probably
spell
fry
slots do you have right now?
2.
Yeah, I wouldn't use one on this.
Yeah, so I will. I'll Eldritch Blast one of them first, and then the next one, another one next. And let's just see how this goes. So first one, 13 to hit. Guessing
Hits.
hits.
Ooh.
Ooh. Natural AC.
Beasts, yeah.
I mean, they're invisible in water.
Right. Perfect 10 on that roll. So 10
Okay.
damage.
Not dead.
Not
Oh.
dead. And then let's see.
You're going to hit it again?
Yeah, I'll hit the same one again. 18. Clearly
Hits.
that's going to hit. 3 damage.
Not dead.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. Tim, that sucks. You should have killed that guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm debating whether I pull it for 10 feet in a straight line, which would presumably pull it up off the ground. But they're giant, so I don't know how much that makes a difference. And they have tentacles and stuff, so I don't feel like it's going to
Yeah.
fly 10 feet up and then go crashing to the floor.
All right.
Okay, that's it. Oh, and then I'm going to back away from the shoreline.
Spectre.
Spectre is going to go down and attack the one that I just pummeled. So life drain, 23 to hit,
Okay.
and then it's 3d10 necrotic.
Possible that doesn't kill it. Possible.
10 damage. It was a 5, a 1, and a 4.
That one just keels over dead. And the ranger who's there has an arrow knocked, and he is looking at Abel with fear in his eyes, and he does not fire into the water.
Fire, you fool!
And he lets go of his arrow, and it shoots into the water, but it doesn't hit anything, and he is horrified at this scene. He's never seen anything like this before, and he's been around. Okay, so these octopi only have 10 feet of movement.
Jonas,
out of the water.
Jonas,
out of the water.
What day is it? What day of the week?
Tom, I'm not going to tell you what to do here, but the specter is there.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. This one is going to definitely reach up and grab at the specter. Now he gets disadvantage. What is the deal with the specter here?
No, he's just an undead, chaotic, evil flying
Okay.
creature.
20.
That's a hit.
All right. So here's the deal. He's going to take 7 damage,
Okay.
and he is now grappled by this one.
He cannot be grappled,
Well, fuck. All right.
but he'll take the 7 damage.
And so 100 feet wide.
It's
Yeah,
far.
It's far.
far.
He's just. I mean,
50
they're
feet
gonna.
to the wall of water on either side. Yeah.
Yeah. So he is going to move 10 feet toward the shore.
Oh, he's actually got resistance to bludgeoning damage too, so he only takes half of that.
Awesome.
Does that mean he's
Perfect.
still alive?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course he's still alive. All right. The next one's going to attack the specter because what else is going to do? 15.
That'll hit.
And that's going to be 9, 4 damage because
4
of the
damage.
fucking thing.
Resistance.
Another one's going to attack. Why not? Let's see. 20.
That'll hit.
All right. Madamba is seeing your specter be ripped apart here, and he's not feeling so great about the deal he tried to make with you. 3 more damage.
Uh-huh.
Alive?
Yeah.
Oh my god. And the last one, 8.
That misses.
Okay.
How many hit
And-
points does that thing have? I thought it had like 2.
27.
Wow.
Nice.
Jesus.
That's
Wow.
nice.
All
And
right, so
resistance to bludgeoning. Perfect for killing octopi.
Yeah. Resistance
he's-
to almost anything that's not magical.
these
Almost.
octopi are like slowly sliming their way along the riverbed toward you. But they're never going to catch up to you. They're never going to catch up to you. Like never, ever, 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 ever getting back together with you. All right. And it is Abel.
Was that a
It's
Scott
Thursday,
Pilgrim
Abel.
quote?
I turn to the ranger and I go,
This is a very typical Thursday for us.
and then I yell,
Good shower, spear shower.
throw my spear.
Does anybody else have a spear?
Not equipped, no.
I throw my
Michael.
spear at
Michael.
the closest octopus.
But somewhere
have more.
Despo's ears start ringing.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Let's see. Hold on. What's my throne? It's the same as my one-handed spear attack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just lose the spear at the end of it.
13.
Hits.
That is 11 damage.
Beautiful.
This guy is not dead.
Ah,
Okay. And
Because they all took the same 34
Yeah, they all-
damage.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm making sure.
And they had to take at least.
Yeah, no, it's a weapon
more
attack.
than
I was just
13
making
more.
sure I still got my divine strikes, even if it was a ranged attack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and use. I've got 3 spears, right? I'm gonna
Yeah.
use War Priest. I'm gonna throw a second spear.
Okay.
24.
24. Yeah. Sam has, yeah. Yeah. All right. It hits. 24 hits.
Okay. It's 8.
And your spear cuts through him, and he just slumps down to the ground dead.
Okay.
This could have been a much more dangerous fight.
Yes.
It
Yes.
could have been.
This should have been much more dangerous fight. All
All
right.
right. And then I'm gonna back away again. I'm just gonna back up 10 feet.
God damn it. All right. Jonas.
The guys seem to have it under control. I'm gonna
Cantrips, Jonas.
I'm gonna
Cantrips.
fire a firebolt at the one guy. Oops, I'm losing my stuff here.
The
Firebolt.
next nearest guy.
Ah, that's 10.
That's a miss.
Oh,
Man.
and then I'm gonna back up.
Are you going to War Priest him?
Oh no.
No. Okay. All
My
right.
channel divinity. No.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna back
Okay.
up.
I mean, these guys got a few rounds before they get to us.
Yeah. All right. Filnyr, it's you.
All right. I guess we're just Eldritch blasting.
Unless you want to hand wave this. I mean, what, we got 5 rounds till they get to the shore? 4 rounds till they get to the
I
shore?
mean, you're going to definitely kill them. You guys are just going to attack them with just little shitling nothings.
Yeah, of course. We're not going to waste resources on this.
Filnyr, go ahead.
All right. So 21, that hits for 10 damage.
All right.
Same one again. 19, that'll hit for 8 damage. So that one's
Dead.
down. Yeah.
All right. So the archer finally finds her spirit and sinks 4 arrows. two into this one, into into one, and 2 into the other, and they both die. And you are looking at this it's gruesome. It's a pile of dead giant octopi.
And I have to walk down there to get my spears back.
Yeah, for sure.
How deep is the river right there? I mean, I guess it'd be
It's
the
only about
water's gone.
It's only about 15 feet
Yeah.
deep.
Okay.
There.
I mean, I'm sure it's kind of sludgy.
it's very sludgy.
What's the ranger's name?
Agazar.
Agazar, you want these arrows?
Gross. No, thank you. This is
All
awful.
right.
So when you get into the silt, you start to sink in a little bit.
Jonas will clean them up for you.
Give me a dex saving throw for walking through silt.
Okay. 14.
God damn it. I really wanted you to fall. Take 1 damage.
Take 1
and have to roll
damage,
a
lose my concentration.
check and have the water come crashing on you, and you get swept into the river and die. It's fucking terrible. Fuck no, but seriously, I love you guys, but fuck you guys. This is Jesus Christ.
This isn't even combat
And
by
then
shenanigans. This is
as-
straight up D&D.
This is
As-
straight up D&D.
Wait. As I walk out of the river and I lose my concentration, release my concentration and let the water flow back into the gap in a swirling torrent, I just pat the ranger on the back and I say,
Ehi will not prevail.
And the ranger just kind of looks over at Felipe Madamba and looks back at you and says, I think we've been going about things all wrong. and thus ends episode 48. Not the end of season 2 of the Dungeon Dads podcast. This is just this is gruesome.
well, here's the funny thing.
Calamari, anyone?
Right?
Tom's like, man, I can't believe we didn't get it to the end in this episode. But he was expecting that fight to be much longer and harder.
He was expecting a 2-hour episode.
Well, listen, what I had planned is that you guys were going to make it through the chains. The Rangers weren't going to stop you. You're going to get in the boat. The octopi were going to grab you. They were going to take you down the hole and bring you into the thing, and you're going to fail at your whole mission. Then I figured you just all you're doing is winning. Give you a chance to win. and I'm doing my best to be on your team. Like, I'm still Team Philibonus. I'm still Team Philibonus here, but you're really testing me. Like, you're really, really testing me. And
the fans love sassy Tom. So
well, I mean, God love him. I feel like as a DM, when you're sub 5th level, any little thing that I do to you could potentially like be deadly. And this could be deadly, but this is just like, you're just following the rules. You're not even doing anything cool. You're just parting water. Just parting water and burning up octopi. I mean, I hope it's fun for you.
It was a pile of giant octopi. Yes, that was a lot of fun.
I mean, the question is, wasn't your hand still technically active? Couldn't have it come by and just started like smacking?
It only lasts a minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was gone.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
I have a question for John, maybe in the bonus episode, about the difference between Bigby's hand and telekinesis. And I know he has big thoughts about this, and I want to see his thoughts on a couple of things about this when we go to the table talk. But
table talk,
holy shit,
bonus
guys!
Episode.
I mean,
hop onto the Patreon.
It's probably another at least one episode, maybe 2 episodes at the end of this season.
I
thought it was over.
I mean, listen, you're kind of the one writing the story.
I know. It's my fault.
It's okay. We appreciate it. We like playing more.
Yeah, we're having a blast.
Listen, and I will say, in all seriousness, he could have railroaded us a lot harder. And the fact that he did not is what has extended this time a little bit.
It's my fault. Sure.
But is also what makes the game more interesting to play. If Felipe Madamba had been like, no, we got to do it this way and it's the only way, and for whatever made up reasons, any other ways you try to do it won't work, wouldn't be nearly as interesting.
Look, if I was a better writer and storyteller, I would have had a more compelling reason that it had to be that way. I just didn't have it. And I can't railroad you if I can't give you a compelling narrative reason why it has to be a certain way. I can't do it. So yeah, no, I was working the last several weeks on, but wait, how do I get them to do this thing? And I couldn't do it. I was like, all right, Felipe's going to give this plan. If they don't like it, then they don't have to do it. They can come up with something else, which I'm sure they will.
I think we're straying into bonus episode territory.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
We are indeed. Right. Just a little sneak preview.
Yeah. Come on back. Toodaloo, everybody.
Toodaloo.
Episode 48.
Hey, everyone. Thanks again for listening. This is Tim. Very quickly, I just wanted to point you to a company that we've been working with. It's called RPG & Co., run by a man. Yeah.
Brian Weiss. Thank you.
Run by Brian Weiss, whose t-shirt designs you may have actually seen on some other bigger shows' merchandise. But he helped us with our new branding, which you can now see on our website, on our social channels, all that kind of stuff. Just wanted to say thank you to him for his help. Point you guys there and let you know he also has a coupon code for his shop where he's got some more of his personally designed super cool merchandise. So go over there.
What's the code? What's the code, Tim?
Dungeon Dads 15. All one word. Just type it in there. Dungeon Dads 15. PlayRPGandco.com is the website, and we'll of course have it linked in the show notes for you.
Yeah, thanks so much, Brian. If you're listening to this, man, you love the work you did for us. It's incredible, and I love your stuff, man.
Been fantastic.
John, he's got an 8d6 magnet I want to buy you for the back of your car. Go check it out. PlayRPGandco.com, and the code is DungeonDads15.